In theory, we're live. And in theory, they can hear us. At least OBS can hear us. Because it's registering my voice. See? It does a little thing.
Does the thingy?
Does the thingy.
The thingy?
The thingy.
Okay.
What's funny is they can hear me just as clearly now, whereas it used to be like I was somewhat off screen.
Yep.
And it sounded a little weirder, because it's like some guy off in the corner. Now it's just some guy.
Yes. You are some guy.
So what is this live stream brought to us by?
We didn't pick one.
I thought it was the geese.
Oh, well then you had to start it.
Oh, well, I wasn't sure if that was the one we were
Because I
calling.
have the cuter look.
You do have the cuter line. So, we can get on screen so that I can properly pitch our sponsor for this live stream. Geese.
Look at all those chickens.
We're clever. At least we think we are. Really?
I don't think I'm clever.
Yes, you
Don't
do.
put that on me. No, I don't think I'm clever.
Don't put that.
I think I'm just ridiculous.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm just a big silly person.
Just a big silly person.
Big
We've got
silly goose.
Pin and Barb in the chat already. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Sorry to hear that Barb is not feeling well. That sucks.
Yeah, I hope you feel better soon.
Yes. As you can see, we're playing more Project Triangle Strategy Path because Square Enix is just so great with their names. I say this because I just went back and started looking at some of the names of places in Final Fantasy XI, and oh my god, the only language that I feel could I buy a vowel more would be Klingon.
Fair enough.
It's like, there are a lot of words in Final Fantasy XI that have an apostrophe in the middle of the word that you're just like, you didn't need to do that.
You know.
So I'm still really interested in this game. I want to play a little bit more of it. Also, I've spent all week working on my card game, and I've not really been thinking about anything else. In fact, I think I missed a day of uploads.
Whoops.
Yep. Everything else was like completely in, like I was just on top of the rest of the week's uploads, but I'm pretty sure I missed a day.
I will.
TV Tropes calls that punctuation shaker. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't make some sort of William Shatner joke because, you know, it's supposed to be a pause in between, right?
Yeah, but not a Shatner pause.
Well, I mean,
It's not
nothing except for Shatner is a Shatner pause. I have to take a pill 3 times a day, eat foods rich in iron, or get a blood transfusion. Well, I mean, you could take the pill and eat foods rich in iron. That would help.
That's what I've had to do.
Yeah, Jess tried giving blood, 3 times and was rejected 3 times because
my iron was too low.
your iron was too low.
Well, technically, my hemoglobin was too low, but that meant my iron was too low.
All I remember is that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I don't fucking remember anything else from... Fast forward, because again, don't care about story. We're not playing this for the story. It's a glottal stop.
Glottal stop.
Ah,
Laura? Are you certain?
that is a word.
Glottal?
Glottal. I've never encountered that word.
Glottal. It's back here. It takes its name from epiglottis.
Okay.
It's a
Just-
glottal. It's a back of the mouth, top of the throat sound.
It's just the pointing at your throat. It's like, it's back here.
It's here.
It's just like, that seems highly uncomfortable. Do you like spinach, Barb? It's high enough. We were actually talking about spinach when we were talking about your iron foods. Lentils, apparently, also.
Lentils, barley.
But not in
Brussels
beer,
sprouts.
unfortunately.
A lot of greens generally have higher iron content than other foods.
I am iron food.
Feh.
Instead of AC/DC's Iron Man.
Feh.
Or Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath? Fuck. Thanks to
It's
MCU, I am so messed up on what's what because Tony Stark is always wearing the opposite shirt of who he's actually...
Well, they use AC/DC all over the place in the Iron Man movies. But Iron Man...
The song is Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath, and it was played in the first Iron Man.
Yeah. Can you think of naught but revenge? I don't care. I'm just trying to progress the plot, as they would say in a Deadpool movie. You should go talk to that real scary looking motherfucker. Looks like he probably advanced the plot. Delicious pellets.
Actually, continuing on the whole iron thing, I actually got misgendered the fuck out of and accused of lying about my gender when I was finally able to donate it on Monday. So that was just lovely.
Put down your arm. No one wants to see that. There's blood all over Jess's arm because the nurse
botched taking the needle out.
And then, like, Jess holding holding your arm up over your head to help prevent, more bleeding, which is what they tell you to do. No, just put your hand down.
Nobody wants to see your messy arm. Yeah, it's good times.
My hemoglobin is low. It's at a 6 when it needs to be an 8. I'm pretty sure these questions affect gameplay as well as plot, like your starting weapon and so the questions in this, from what I've been able to actually tell in playing it, paying attention to the story, it doesn't affect so much the demo, but it does affect characters that you can get to recruit to your side, as well as abilities that they might be able to learn, or items that you might be able to find or otherwise acquire. Those are the things that I've seen people discuss that it's the effects of the questions have. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't directly impact the story, but it might change the direction and where you go for certain fights. But like the story will change a bit depending on, if the dialogue itself will change, but the overall story is you're still going to get to the same, point A from point B. At least that's what I think. Yes?
Nothing.
What? What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You're doing something. You're over there.
I'm self-soothing with my nice fuzzy jacket.
Okay.
It's fuzzy.
I will take your word for it. Last time I went to the doctor, I got mistaken for a trans woman, which was a new experience.
Okay.
When I first grew my hair out when I was working at Barnes & Noble, I'm sitting here wearing basically what I'm wearing now, except for instead of jeans, I was wearing khakis. But polo shirt, khakis, had my hair in a ponytail. This level of Wookiee on my face, and I cannot tell you the number of times, "Excuse me, ma'am," because all they paid attention to was the ponytail, not the fact that it looks like I slapped my face in Elmer's glue and then took my cat and just kind of rubbed it all over my face.
You know, it's yeah. But you know, I'm getting all worked up about, you know, being misgendered and being told that I'm lying and all of this stuff. But, you know, I'm the one making a scene about gender when someone else died again from a gender reveal crap thing. I'm sorry. I think the straights and the cis are just way more concerned about gender than I am, especially when my gender apparently gets a nurse so flummoxed that they storm out of the room and send a different nurse in to deal with me. So that was great.
I also love the word flummoxed.
I do too. It's a good word.
It is. All right, I gotta remember to end turn. Devil dog.
Enemy reinforcements are past the outer wall.
Wait,
Yes.
did you say your
Yes.
Yeah, it is Wookiee level. I am.
If I could do a Wookiee cry, I would, because I feel like this moment needs it.
That's as close as I can get.
I mean, that just sounds like a really sad Wookiee.
I mean, I never said it wasn't. I never said I was a happy Wookiee.
We knew getting in.
Yes.
I just... purr, purr, purr.
Wookiee EX. More like Wookiee EXE has stopped working. What are your abilities again? You're the strategist. Okay, you're the one who has the defense. So that's what we want. We want to start getting people's defense up. Especially these people who are going to be on the front line. What? I know how to treat frontline workers.
From where shall we strike?
You know? Yup. I got on a vaccine waiting list today. Woo! I'm very excited about that.
Oh, look at you just coming up the stairs like a... Look at them hop up the stairs. It's so cute. Now I'm gonna... What are you? I'm going to have to murder you.
It's so cute. Now I have to kill you.
You're a mage. Oh, well, sorry. That's just... Unfortunately, it's not over 9,000. I mean, I don't think my beard could get over 9,000. I don't like facial hair. Like, I've had a mustache and goatee since I was like 13 and never anything else. For one, Mom hated me having facial hair. Just growing up, she's just like, she preferred if I just completely clean shaven. And I'm like, she never gave my brother any shit for it. She gave me. She's like, well, that's because you don't shave often enough and it gets scraggly. Now. But part of it is like I can't stand having longer facial hair. Like I could probably grow a fairly decent beard, but I just cannot stand once it gets to a certain length. It starts taking over my face and it feels like lots of little tentacles are just going to start.
I mean...
Enjoy that mental image.
However, having seen you clean shaven, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That was weird.
Really don't like that.
Oh, they were So they've been getting like batches of doses, and basically at the end of the day, all of like the 65 and up and healthcare workers and whatever, if they still have doses left at the end of the day, then they start working through the waiting list, and they'll give you a call. But apparently it's supposed to start loosening up in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then they'll start working through the actual waiting list. So I'm on it. So if you want to call and get yourself on it, do it. Sorry, we all switched to the same local pharmacy, and I went to pick up my first prescriptions from them today, and they're delightful. I like it there.
My ex had 2 modes. Clean shaven, he looked about 13. With a beard, he looked like you had to be sailing the 7 seas in search of plunder.
Captain!
I really wish I had gotten into Sea of Thieves, because that would have just been a fun game to play with a bunch of people. Just, you know, being your own clueless pirates.
I mean,
My turn.
I don't know. I think it could be fun.
And we're gonna turn invisible.
Hi, Rowan.
My turn.
Okay.
What's up, handsome chunk? Come here.
A lot of people involved here.
Do you want to say hi to everybody? Yes, you do.
Here I come.
Look at this handsome chunk.
Rowan, you came in. You were sleeping on the couch. Hello, son. Jess was going over some royalty-free music and found a collection of slide whistles and fart noises.
I did. I'm
And-
totally gonna put some together for Rowan and
Slide whistle fart noise.
you're being very patient with me, sir.
Oh, okay, that sucks. I don't have nearly as good of a attack range as I was hoping.
There you go, buddy.
Just gonna keep shooting you with arrows. Because that's, you know, what I...
Oh my god, that sounds like so much fun.
What is?
Apparently, people who play Sea of Thieves occasionally find themselves running into actual folk singers playing and singing sea shanties.
Oop.
Yes. Haha. Me breaking shit? No. I would never.
Splendid. I see the threads of
But I mean-
more clearly.
Oh, I learned something. Yay. Learn something new every day. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep beating up on you.
Leave it to me.
Mostly because you have really high defense, and I don't like that.
Nice.
Me if you dare.
So there's a lot of games that I kind of wish I had gotten into, like, you know, Fall Guys a little earlier on.
I'm a fool. Impressed?
Among Us is another one.
Yeah.
Shall prevail.
I started on the tutorial on the version on my phone, but it's difficult on my phone. I'd have to play it on the computer.
Okay, well, I am. Let's see. do haste onto my spy, because they can attack multiple times, and I'm going to take advantage of that shit.
You won't beat me.
Attack multiple times, but dealing lower damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's still very useful. And I can provoke. Basically just pissing people off. And we can do that. Try to put him to sleep.
Sound strike.
And doesn't matter because you're gonna get attacked, and I get to attack again because that's what I wanted.
Allow me. Victory is within reach.
Too slow.
That's the best way to do this, is just to, you know, mess people up completely, is what I like to do. Valheim is awesome solo and with friends. It's a time cycle. That's what I've heard as well. And that's sadly one of the reasons why I don't play. Because, like, time is an illusion. I either have way too much of it or not enough of it. Alright, let's kill you. You're gonna die a very painful death. Except not enough.
This battle is ours.
Now, let's just... I want you dead. I want you to all be dead.
I will fight to my last breath.
Can't get it. See, that's another thing, is reflexes. Like, I don't do a lot of, like, Twitch related games. Like, I tried playing Fortnite when it first came out, because I actually applied for a position at what's the company that makes Fortnite? I'm blanking on it. I want to say Riot Games, and that's wrong. That's very wrong. Because they're based here in North Carolina, is the thing. I applied for a social manager position there, because I was still working at Rainfall at the time. Well, no, I had quit Rainfall, but I was still listing them as a reference. And the social media manager who I worked with was still working there at the time. So, like, what do I need to put on this resume to look good? And he walked me through it. It was a lot of fun. Obviously, I didn't get the job, but I'm like, well, you know, if I'm going to apply for something, like, I should play the game. So I tried playing the game, but, like, reflexes are not my thing anymore. Like, especially shooters. Like, I have never been great at any sniping mechanic in any game. Like, Pixie Sarah was like, hey, let's... Epic, yes, thank you, Seven. And Libet. But it was... Like, Pixie Sarah wants to play games because, you know, pandemic, very little social interaction. I'm like, Gina, I don't have a ton of games that overlap. And so, like, one of them is TF2. So, like, I've been loading up TF2 and trying to refamiliarize myself with it because it's been several years since I've played. And I'm like, I never played Sniper before. And so, like, I set up a training server just filled with bots. And I'm like, okay, let me try out Sniper. Oh my God, there's a reason why I don't play Sniper. I can't hit the broads. I'm a stormtrooper when it comes to, like, I could not hit the broad side of a bar. I can't even get body shots on these guys. Like, I'm just sitting here, scoped in, missed by a mile. Like, fuck it, I'll play Pyro.
I mean, that is more your speed, though.
Well,
Just
I mean, fire, the all-cleansing fire. And I do love it because Pyro has a lot of fun mechanics. Because I remember... God, this dates me. I remember when Pyros were given the Air Blast ability. So their flamethrower has the ability just to shoot out a puff of air. It doesn't do any damage, but it can knock enemy players back, or it can reflect certain projectiles. So soldiers with their rockets, you can reflect rockets back at soldiers.
Nice.
Demo men with their grenade launchers, you can reflect grenades. One of the best one is the sniper has a bow and arrow weapon called the huntsman that shoots a bow or shoots an arrow. You can reflect that and headshot the sniper that was trying to headshot you.
Nice.
I have gotten exactly 3 kills like that the entire time I've played TF2. Engineer's the way to go. Don't ever need... Yeah, just let the machine do the work for you. You just have to look out for spies. Spies are sapping my sentries. You can just stay there, because you killed the man.
Just to see what it felt like.
I mean... Shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Have you seen Speedrun Harry UK's song, The Most Fashionable Falcon About? I have not. I also never played dodgeball mode in TF2. I missed that one. But there's a lot of modes in TF2 that I missed because I just didn't get into the game fast enough. Alright. Now. Oh, that's neat. Just change an ally. No, you get a turn, and you get a turn.
Bees! You get bees.
And you get bees. Bees. You know what I need to do? I need to get Will over to have him join in on a live stream one day and just find a multiplayer game that we can all play that's just ridiculous. Because I feel like that is going to be hilarious.
Excuse me.
Hey, I got an eye.
I feel like it would end up being like Mario Kart or something.
Mario Kart, Mario Party maybe. What I want to do is, you would probably need a little bit of practice for it because there's a little bit of a learning curve. But since you forgot that Worms was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's take cover.
I'm just saying the beginning of 2020 was a hell of a time.
It was a hell of a drug. Alright, I have a feeling he's dead.
Back at you.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna die. Yeah. Oh no, didn't attack him.
Flee while you have the chance.
But yeah, he's dead. Damn it.
I'm a fool.
Well, now we get to see what happens when a person dies.
My turn.
Double thrust.
Hey now.
You're an all-star. Jackbox is great. I actually we go over to Luth's to play that as often as we can because again pandemic. But it is so much fun playing.
He just brought it over here.
Yeah.
Here I come.
The thing about Jackbox is when we were playing it over with Luth is he has 2 very small children. And so it was a lot easier to play the way we typically end up playing because they couldn't read at the time.
Yeah.
So like when
that's
someone's
different now.
When someone's name is Cockthistle, his oldest Lucas will be like, "What's Cockthistle?" It's like, crap, no. We forgot he can read.
Yeah. I actually had a pretty successful Jackbox party game over video chat for my friend's birthday last May. Worked out better than I expected, given lag times and everything else.
Stabby, stabby.
For life.
Stabby, stabby again.
Victory is within
Yeah, I'm starting to figure out what a lot of these characters are really good for. Like my thief is really good as a support, or my spy rather is really good as support.
You won't beat me.
Rather than, direct damage, but they can do really good direct damage
Come on.
if put in a proper situation like this.
sound strike.
It doesn't matter. Someone is going to get kind of smacked around. What spells do you have? I only have Wall of Ice available. I want to use Frosty Fetters. Haven't gotten a chance to fetter them.
I hope your dream comes true.
Okay, so I can't actually use Wall of Ice on someone. Alright, well, let's do Tome of Ice, and we'll see if I can actually kill him. Nope! That was pointless.
It's like hitting somebody, an armored person, with like a wet noodle.
Basically, I think Tome of Ice is basically just hitting them with a book. It's not actually using an ice spell. It's just basically,
But it's a tome,
It is a tome.
so it's got to at least be one of like your collector's sets down here.
Oh yeah, it's. So I should hit you with the Stanley Parable.
That's the one.
That's the first one I saw.
That's the ticket.
You come to my live streams for classy, intelligent conversation. I'm gonna hit you with the Stanley Parable.
Ladies.
Refreshing Pepsi. Pepsi, give me a sponsorship deal. Alright, I think I can kill him. Oh crap, nope, I did the wrong thing. I did not pay attention to what I was doing. Because I am so smart.
SMRT.
Getting hit with a book reminds me of high school. I actually had a teacher hit a student with a book. They threw a book at a teacher. Actually, I had a classmate hit another classmate with a book in high school, too. There was a girl that I went to high school with that was not well liked, and she liked to... I don't know if it was like...
I can get behind that, Seven. Absolutely. Sign me up for that.
What is?
The irony of wielding a hardback copy of War and Peace. That's my bag right there.
Did you see that?
But yeah, so there was a girl that I went to high school with. It was not well liked. She was known for exaggerating the truth a little bit, and then a rumor came out that she had ended up blowing like half the football team, and she kind of played into it because she wanted the popularity, but like it was popular for the wrong reasons, so she was kind of treated even worse.
Okay, now it just sounds like one of those 40s, 50s etiquette grooming popularity videos.
Well, so
She thought this was the way to get popular.
So what ended up happening is one of the guys in my English class, we were in an English class that shared a room with an AP English class. And in the AP English class, they were comparing something to the Bible. I forget what. I don't remember that year much. It was senior year. I was not paying attention to any goddamn thing. Senioritis. Totally senioritis. Anyway, and this gentleman in this class, he and I were friends. We were in theater together, and we got along really well. He grabbed the Bible and then yelled, "Thou shalt not be a whore," and started hitting her in the back of the head with it.
That's fucked up.
It is.
That's fucked up. That is.
He also threw a garbage can at someone. It was plastic. But also, he's the person I'm pretty sure I've told the story. The first time I met him, freshman year, he was running through the halls screaming with a biology book wrapped around his face, screaming that it was trying to eat him and slamming his head against the lockers to try to get it off.
Okay, that's funny. The rest is just abuse.
Well, he didn't know the difference between the two.
That seems like a common problem among men. I'm gonna go make myself another drink.
And hey,
Come join me. At least with the audio.
had a teacher body slam a student in middle school? Yes, we did. We had several students body slam several teachers in middle school because we went to a fucking cesspool. It's just disturbing middle school. Oh my god. But no, in middle school, one of the teachers, my science teacher, the last year I was in middle school, she threw one of those giant staplers, like the ones designed to staple through like 100 pages, at a student because he was an idiot. And she had just been diagnosed with something degenerative, I believe, and was not having a very good day. And he just, last straw, the camel's back. We heard as she chased him around the school. Our school was basically a big square with like little offshoots in a couple of places. So like you could basically run a circuit, and I heard him run down one direction, and we could hear him. We could hear him. We could hear him, and then we could hear him coming back. So we knew she chased him all over the damn school. Me and that teacher did not get along very well. We were not we butted heads a lot. She was a good teacher. I do say respect that she was a good teacher. But we butted heads a lot. I ended up running into her the night I graduated, actually, because here after graduation, the school system basically throws grads a big party. It's called Project Graduation, and so they rented out a hotel downtown, and we had the entire lobby section. It was just like a big place. There was dancing, there were games, there was food. I remember most of my friends ended up playing poker most of the night. There was a card table set up.
I'm going to tell you guys.
He did deserve it, though. I don't know if you heard, he died several years ago. I don't know of what, but I do remember a bunch of people that I'm friends with who were from that era posted that he'd passed. My school life was boring. So my middle school experience was hell on earth. It was just a cesspool of a place. There was organized prostitution, drugs. I mean, little fucking 13-year-olds rolling up thinking they're the Godfather. And the sad part is some of them were. Like, some of them were people I was legitimately terrified of. I saw more weapons at that school than I own. And I own a lot of weapons.
I do too. I own 2 of them. Here and here.
I mean, there were a lot of fist fights at that school too. It was a Thursday if a fight broke out at lunch. Yeah, just a couple of gangs here and there. Yeah, that school was just a nightmare. And then it was funny because, you know, I went to pretty standard elementary school to that middle school to high school. And when I went to high school, that high school was ranked 51st in the nation. So like all of the teachers were like, you best get your shit together kind of attitude. Like they were, and like it was just like whiplash, the complete difference in attitude. And what's funny is I remember all of my teachers in middle school saying, your teachers in high school aren't going to push you to do it. Like they're just going to expect you to do this. They're not going to push you. And I'm like,
They tell you that in high school about college too, and it's not.
they tried to bribe us to not fight. I mean, some of them tried to bribe us to not fight. A couple of them. And then I beat the crap out of 2 of them anyway, because they fucking deserved it. I shouldn't be talking about this on live stream.
You just admitted to a crime.
I just admitted to a crime. I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations...
Your lawyer's gonna call you.
I'm...
Stop this live stream now.
We were watching Markiplier as he was doing a live stream, and he was just like talking about, I really need to stop talking because my lawyer's going to call me and be like, shut the fuck up.
And it was before he broke his foot and wasn't on enough painkillers. But yeah, no. I had a huge experience of whiplash going from middle school to high school, but that was largely because I went from being homeschooled to being in the second largest high school in Texas.
That
was a lot.
Yeah, that
It
sounds...
was a lot. And it was also a blue ribbon school, and they were very proud of themselves, and...
I don't know why I did that first. I was totally not thinking.
I actually, like... The personal parts of high school, I never ever went to relive, but, like, I actually enjoyed the school part. I enjoyed the things that I learned. I enjoyed most of the teachers I had. Academically and extracurricularly, it was a great high school experience. It was just my whole entire personal existence that was terrible.
I mean, I hated middle school. I loved middle school. Or I loved high school. Because high school, I actually had, you know, more classes with friends. I made a lot of new friends that had a lot of similar interests. Because in middle school, like, we were the weird geeky white guys, but we were also the weird geeky white guys who studied martial arts. So like, we liked to sit there and play D&D after getting out of Taekwondo. Like, it was a little weird. And so a lot of people did not know how to parse that.
Yeah.
But like high school, that's like, oh yeah, you have 2 completely separate interests. Cool, whatever.
Yeah. It was fine for me to be as involved with as many things as I could until they started conflicting with each other in terms of scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great. So, like, president of the sign language club, and I was in choir, and then I was in 2 choirs, and then I was a teacher's aide, and then just anything and everything I could do. Academic decathlon was a special kind of hell that I intentionally put myself through. It was a choice that I actively made. And I'd make it again. It was actually really fun.
I mean, I loved a lot of my teachers in high school. I'm actually friends with a couple of them still on Facebook. Like, my theater teacher, I fucking love my theater teacher. I would love to just hang out with her and
Yeah.
just hear random stories. My daughter had no choice but to be homeschooled. I mean, I knew a lot of people who would have preferred that. I was a kid in high school that sold my homework. I never thought to sell homework. I mean, I never did my homework, but college was pretty amazing, but I just enjoyed the freedom. See, I never actually went to college, so I missed that. I hung out on a bunch of college campuses, but I never actually went to college. So I never got that experience.
Let me tell you how much going to college has paid off for me.
I mean,
Just saying. It's not a guaranteed
Now then, to work.
pass go collect $200.
yeah. Oh, I can Frosty Fetter.
Yeah, I did enjoy taking a lot of random classes in college. I did. I think meteorology was one of my favorites. Or archaeology, which is it was the lab for archaeology where I got to play with the bone of a whale penis.
That's a statement. That's a lot. Keep talking. I mean, am I talking about the shit that I'm not supposed to talk about? Things that I did, and what's funny is now that I'm an adult, and I have an older brother who is also an adult. It's really funny. Like, we'll get together with my parents over the holidays or something, and we'll all just be sitting around, and we'll tell a story from when we were kids that we shouldn't tell, like I'm expressing here. Like, I remember the first time it happened. My brother told me, like, he told me the story years ago, and then I remember the first time he told this in front of my parents. But he said he was going to go spend the night at a friend's house. And they ended up sneaking out in the middle of the night, and there's an area here that now has a Target. It's
South Square?
yeah. Apparently, there used to be a Toys R Us across the street from where there's a Target now. Apparently, they took a bunch of shopping carts and raced down this hill that this road was on.
It is a pretty.
It's a pretty
decent
steep hill. And my parents didn't know that. My brother told me this when I was younger, but like he'd never. But like we're sitting here talking about this, and Jeremy's like, "Yeah, it's like that time that I raced shopping carts." I'm like, "Why are you telling this to Mom and Dad?" It's like, "Oh, wait, we're adults. We have our own homes. They can't say anything." And so it was so surreal just being able to tell these stories of, "Oh yeah, that time that I got into a fight in middle school and threw a kid into a tombstone" type of deal. Or shit like that. Or like my brother talking about how, he got into a car accident and then managed to, hide it from my parents until he could get the damage fixed, and or all sorts of this random shit that I'm like, we never talk. And the best part about it is my parents tell us stories now. So my dad will sit here and tell stories about when he was a teenager doing the same stupid shit.
Except, on mountain roads in the 70s, which is extra terrifying. But yeah, no, my sister and I don't really get a whole lot of that because we didn't do anything. I never snuck out. I never, and all of the things that I did do, which were few and far between, I pretty much fessed up to. It was just kind of oh, man. I don't have the experience of having snuck out and gotten drunk or gone on a date that I wasn't allowed to go on or anything like that.
I never snuck out, but I did throw a lot of parties because my parents trusted me to stay at home when they went out of town on vacation. So I was home alone for a week. And they would just trust me to not do stuff. And I was a teenager in high school in a fairly nice house with a hot tub and a girlfriend.
You know, I just
Like,
I just want to say, like, as far as I knew, that shit only happened in like American Pie. Like, I didn't know that was a real thing that people did.
okay, so one of my friends, middle school and high school, well, not middle school, because one of the jokes is my friends in middle school that we went to the same high school. I was friends with Sanchez in middle school, but he didn't go to the same school that we did, so no one knew him. And so, but we did end up going to the same high school, and so everyone's like, oh, we just thought he was a figment of your imagination. I'm not playing the game anymore. I'm sitting here just talking. This is great.
This is totally what you signed up for, right? Right. Okay. Cool.
So what had happened
What
was...
happened was?
I was dating a girl, and Sanchez was interested in her best friend. And so we tried to set up a bunch of double dates, and some of them panned out, some of them didn't. But Sanchez would be like, before he could drive, he'd just be like, fuck it, I can walk all over Durham. He would walk all over Durham. Like, miles. Just to be like, hey, I'm going to go hang out. It's like...
I hope that boy invested in deodorant. I'm sorry. Teenage boys are stinky.
He was actually very
Like, that's nothing personal
cautious.
against him.
No, like,
It's just,
he was never, like, one of those kids that, like, bathed in Axe body spray. But he was very particular about hygiene. So, like, he was always in very kempt shape.
excellent. I'm glad that's a routine that started early. The few times I've interacted with Sanchez, it's like...
But, like, and I miss Sanchez. He just fucking vanished. So, like, but yeah, like, it was, like, my parents go out of town. Sanchez, fuck it, I'll just walk to Stallings' house. It's like, okay, sure. Hang out. Sanchez showed up on Thanksgiving. And I told this story because it's my Thanksgiving Quake playthrough. Showed up on Thanksgiving to hang out because, fuck it, it's fall break, let's hang out. And ended up hanging out with me and my cousin playing games till like 3 in the morning. And my parents were just like, sure, what the fuck ever. Like, I don't tell my parents anything about that stuff. That's for their... Yeah, in that case, like, I don't tell my parents how shitty middle school was. Because I don't want them to feel bad. Because, especially at that point in time, my parents always sided with the teachers in middle school. And my middle school teachers were just as fucking terrible. Like, I would get a ride to school with my next door neighbor, whose mom smoked like a chimney. She would smoke in the house, she would smoke in the car. And I remember my parents' first parent-teacher conference, the first thing that the teacher said is, I smoke. I did not smoke at that time. Anything. At all. And that's the first thing. And so, like, I come home, my parents are pissed. I mean, my grades were shit, so they were pissed for a lot of reasons. But, like, we heard your smoke. I'm like, I'm not smoking. And so they grounded me, and, like, they were super pissed off. And then, like, the next morning, like, you could tell that my parents had this realization of, oh, shit, we overreacted a lot. Because, like, I was getting ready for school, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go get a ride. And they're like, oh, shit. The person who gets a ride from smokes like a chimney. Fuck. But they did own up to that. They did apologize for that. They did still ream me for my grades being shit. But that was nothing new. But, like, it's one of those things that's just like, yeah. And so, like, I never went to my parents to be like, yeah, my middle school experience sucked, and you made it even worse by, siding with the teacher. Because, like, that wasn't their intention. Mm-hmm. They were just trying to be good parents. And I was a fucking slacker. I was... That meme that's been going around, were you one of those exceptionally gifted kids? Or were you one of those needs to improve kind of... Like, I was one of those... when you really put the effort, like, we can see what you can do kind of exceptional kids. And I'm like, stop with that meme.
See, I was both, because the second I fell below a certain threshold, like all of my teachers and my stepmom, like, if you would just apply yourself, and I'm like, I'm depressed. Whatever, that's fine. I just picked up another extracurricular activity and everything came back up. It was fine.
Middle high school stories from Rod. I could tell you some stories. Oh God. I shouldn't, because then my lawyer would call and say you need to stop this fucking live stream right now.
Penn, I never even did that. We were having a discussion. It was me and a couple of friends, and I realized like 2/3 of the people I was hanging out with at that particular moment were all left-handed, and their handwriting all slanted in the same direction, whereas mine slanted in the other. And I realized my mom is right-handed, but her her handwriting, especially cursive, slanted like my left-handed friends slanted. And so I was trying to explain it to him, and so in my notebook I had like signed my mom's name the best I could approximate to like show them. And so it looked like I had been practicing forging my mom's name, and I wasn't. We were just having a discussion about handwriting.
That.
Yeah. I'm a late bloomer, okay?
I was one of those silent kids that sat in the corner building D&D stuff. I mean, I did that too, but again, then people were like,
Time to work.
we don't fucking understand you.
Oh no, I talked a lot in school because I needed to be a teacher's pet. I really did. I needed that validation.
Leave it to me.
That's not going to be enough to kill him. I didn't start about school until like junior year. I mean, I never cared about school. That's the terrible thing about it. Like, I just didn't.
Yeah, I feel you, Seven. That's...
Can't be.
Yep.
Damn it.
I see a path to victory.
I need some.
You need
My mother was a school administrator, one of my teachers for 3rd, 7th grade. Got away. Yeah, that's the problem with, having a... I remember going in elementary school, my, 2nd grade assistant teacher was the mother of another kid in my class. And we all felt so bad for him because, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't for very long. Not as long as my baby sister. But again, I was homeschooled. So I've also had the experience of having a parent as a teacher. Actually, my mom's a fantastic teacher. She is great.
I still need to meet your mom.
Yes, you do.
I hated gym class and my dad's handwriting was illegible. I mean, I always hated gym class, which is weird because I loved going to Taekwondo after school. It's just the difference between, the environment of being around a bunch of sweaty, hormonal teenagers that were just assholes all the time.
That was my big thing about gym class. I actually didn't mind gym class. It's that
Show you what I'm made of.
I'm gonna tell y'all another secret. I stink. It's just a thing. My body chemistry is weird. And so, having gym class, which once I left the softball program, gym class was second period out of 4, so I still had 2 more class blocks to get through.
Time for some research.
And the coach that was coaching our PE class never left us enough time to shower. Like, unless you could just run, like, literally run through the shower and change clothes. Like, there was no, and so I hated it because I walked around every other day of the week just smelling to high heaven, and I hated it. I'm stinky. What are you gonna do? Invest in a lot of, like, odor eaters for your shoes. And try every deodorant under the planet. Under the planet, under the sun, on the planet. I'm actually making these really weak. I've just not been able to process words for the last 2 weeks. He can vouch.
I mean, this is true. Did you throw spitballs at your homeschool teacher?
I did not. I did not. Although we did end up having, like, I was telling Chris about this the other day. We had gotten, my sister and I had gotten super soakers, and so, like, somehow the water fight managed to, like, make its way into the house, and Mom got sprayed, and so she took the
In reach.
sprayer from the kitchen sink and sprayed us with it, and so that's really the closest analog. But she fought back hard.
I will end this.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I kind of feel like there are certain elements of life that have, like, evened the playing field for me. Not a lot, but some. A few. Including, a lot of people, not nearly enough people, but a lot of people being generally homebound.
There is no
It's
mercy
like, okay,
on the
see? You understand. What? Yeah, you get it now.
I can get very stinky if I don't have, like, a don't shower.
Hopping back, like,
I mean,
2 conversations.
I just read Penn's talking about the prescription deodorant.
Gotcha.
But, like, it's now, going back to the John Mulaney thing, it's just like, I am damp all the time. I sweat so much more now. It sucks so much.
Well, for me, like, it turns out that between my very rare, apparently, Harlequin syndrome and the fibromyalgia, they're both components of those that make me prone to excessive sweating. But also, again, like, Mom told me that as a baby, like, if I fell asleep with, like, little booties on my feet, that, like, she would walk in and go to, like, change me or wake me up for feeding or whatever, and I would just smell like onions, and it was my feet. So, I just stink. It's fine.
I am damp
All
the time. God,
I'm
why are
not
you...
old. I'm the stage before old. Gross.
Forward! Lead for victory!
You keep showing up. Screw all of you. Especially since there's not... Where's the other bird statue? It's somewhere weird.
I don't know, maybe I'll talk to my doctor about it. Like, I finally gave up and switched over to aluminum-free deodorants instead of antiperspirants, because it was like, if the antiperspirants aren't gonna work, then I might as well stop putting all this aluminum in my body. But I don't know if maybe the prescription stuff could help. I don't know. I might talk to my doctor about it.
Talk to your doctor today.
Take that! Did you see that?
That was a thing. Sorry. Y'all are getting a whole lot of personal crap from
Both of us.
today. Hi, Mama! I'm stinky!
And I was a terrible child.
But yeah, no, it actually came up in therapy last
Delicious
week.
mercury.
The idea of whether or not I need to go ahead and switch doctors, which is unfortunate because I really like Dr. Ruff, but I don't need her feeding into body dysmorphia issues, which she did the last time around. So that sucked.
We are gonna shadow stitch you and hope that works.
That'll do it. I've actually had a couple of friends say the same thing about birth control, and yeah. Yay, birth control! Because that was totally adequately tested at every stage of development along the way. Sorry. Sorry, is my feminist showing?
Let's heal people. Heal people!
Heal thyself.
Physician, heal thyself.
That was a little bit. That was exactly Chris's response when I told him about it. Was that you apparently wanted me to switch over to the practice you're going to. And I'm thinking about it, honestly. I mean, if I'm driving all the way down to South Point, like, it's not like I'm spending a whole lot of extra time or gas in the car driving to Chapel Hill.
To work.
I mean, always need more wine. Always, always, always. Which is why I have a giant 1.5 liter of Pinot Grigio waiting for me. And just a little bit left of my Boda box. Oh my god, a spot for pronouns in the form. Yes. That's actually on my agenda for tomorrow, is to call Red Cross and complain about that experience. Like, there are about 30 different ways I can think of off the top of my head to mitigate the experience that I had on Monday. Yeah, I'm really glad you found them a little bit. Like, it's
This is troubling.
good stuff, and bless them. They're great people, and they're actually, in terms of technical stuff, they're great physicians, but being a part of the university system really limits their ability to be generally more accepting of, stuff. Thank you.
Who's what now?
Levitt just sent me the link.
Ah.
I mean, considering I'm not due for anything for 3 months, I should probably call now to get on the schedule, because pandemic it's fucked up everybody's schedules. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to having the microphone, like, here. I moved it down because I was hitting it up here, and now I need to move it back up because I can hit it down there, and I'm just really sorry. I'm trying. I'm not good at technology.
I mean, it also is...
I lost that skill once I got into my 30s, apparently.
It is also new technology, so...
Well, new to us.
Yeah. in turn with my people just kind of doing things. I completely fucked up this entire fight. But I also have spent no time paying attention to this fight. I stopped talking. I did. I stopped talking because I'm like, I should pay attention to the game. What the fuck am I doing in the game right now?
It's like when I stopped talking last night.
Beta carotene.
Yeah, I just stopped talking, and then about 20 seconds later went beta carotene. So
I know. Jess was talking. It's like vitamin C. Beta carotene. It's like.
So I made dinner last night, and it was like is a different. It was a chicken apple sausage hash. So I had like sweet potatoes and an apple and this sausage, and I was sitting there like, because I'm still fucking stuck on the iron after all of my issues trying to donate blood, and so I was like, okay, iron and vitamin C. And I was trying so hard to think of the word beta carotene, but I kept like dancing all the way around it. So like in my head, I'm going keratin. No, that's fingernails. Beta blockers. No, not beta blockers. Beta carotene. But all Chris saw was me go vitamin C and beta carotene.
Yeah, it was.
You know, because I'm special. I'm a very special person.
Okay, I'm gonna frosty some fetter. Oh, I can't frosty. What about freeze? I can freeze. Freeze! That did very little damage.
Yeah, I'm terrified of the variants. I've been trying to keep track of how widespread the variants are, because I want to make a trip to go see my mom. But it seems like there's a couple of hot spots between me and her right now, and that's really pissing me off. So I need to sit down with a map and actually like map out the actual route and see how close I'm gonna come to those hot spots and whatever. But our governor's reopening shit, and it's bad. It's bad. Like, yeah, the vaccine is great, but at the slow rate we're getting people vaccinated, it's not really gonna do shit until the summer at least.
Yeah. Like, I have friends in Florida and West Virginia that I want to go visit. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that anytime soon.
And I keep threatening to show you where I grew up.
So House Wolford would set the
I just burned. I didn't realize that was what was going to happen.
Something scorched earth policy, something.
This battle is ours.
All cleansing fire. Yeah. It's amazing though, like, I've been actively trying for the last 2 weeks to not like pay too much attention to what is going on in the world, because my mental health, wasn't gonna happen. But I've still managed to filter in all of this, and like, yeah, the new California fusion variant, possible variant. Nope.
The 3rd Regiment has
Nope.
arrived.
To think we'd need to deploy all our forces. Let me show you what I've learned.
We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn.
I mean, I'm burning everything, and they're still showing up. I'm not a fan of this at all.
Hey, that's like the third time I've busted out into song in the last 2 hours.
All right, I will light them on fire because fire of course, humans seem to be weak to fire.
You know,
Careful.
I did tell you. I'm just reminding you that I've told you about the kerosene heater story. Yes, humans are weak to fire. In case you needed a reminder.
I mean,
Trogdor burninate.
burninating the countryside, burninating the peasants. Good old scorched earth communism policy. I mean, Stalin. Well,
It depends. Not the economic system. That is the political system of fascism at work.
actually, Stalin didn't do a lot of scorched. I mean, it was scorched earth and on the Russian front was kind of pointless to begin with because tundra.
Well,
like
but
the fire
sometimes-
might actually make it a little more tolerable. But
sometimes the Nazis just needed a little ass kicking.
well, I mean,
Just a little extra. Just put some English on it.
I've been waiting for this.
Fire bad.
cock
Ring
ring
good. I'm sorry. I know that seems really out of context.
I mean, it is really out of context, but there's an
Well,
old
no,
Flash.
fire. It makes sense.
There's an old Flash animation making fun of
Oh, Flash.
Lars Ulrich from Metallica, because this is back about the time when they sold out and started suing everyone for anything that could be seen as copyright infringement.
And Lars, the stick up of Lars's ass just seemed to grow astronomically.
It grew 3 sizes that day. It wasn't the tundra. It wasn't tundra when the Nazis invaded.
Yeah.
No, but like, but I mean that was always the thing. Like the Nazis were like, hey, let's invade Russia. Oh, by the way, Russian winters suck. And then they're like, oh well,
Yeah. It was an issue of timing and the fact that everything had been brought back from the front.
like Stalin didn't need to score. He just needed to wait for winter because I mean, the Russians at that point were basically Ned Stark. Winter's fucking coming. Now, South American communism, because at this point it's basically just cartel warlords. They had a ridiculous scorched earth policy because their whole thing is a rival cartel starts growing, cocaine.
I've
It's like,
done
let's just burn the whole shit down and let the forest.
I've done research on a couple of different genocides
when he was a
in
kid.
South America. Yeah, that shit was bad, but it was also from not all the time, but often from U.S. sponsored dictators.
I was about to say, it was also, if it wasn't U.S. sponsored
Banana
dictators,
republics, y'all.
it was CIA backed in some way, shape, or form because
Yeah.
cocaine.
Never get involved in a land war in Asia.
It's the
Yes.
same idea. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
I've got a better idea. It's the same idea.
We should have gone with iocane powder this time.
We
should've.
should have gone with iocane. Oh my god. I saw a Robot Chicken sketch today that I had never seen before because the show's still going and I just don't watch it because I don't have Cartoon Network. But
It's still going.
it's still going. But they did a Princess Bride skit. And it was when Wesley and Buttercup got back together. Finally, it's like, oh, Wesley, it must have been torture those years that you were.
Oh my God.
And it flashes back to Wesley as a pirate, like fighting people. Kill them all, let God sort them out. It's like, I'll take the finest winches in Freeport. And like a guy comes up, this is the finest iocane powder, sir. I'm the fucking Dread Pirate Roberts, and then like kills the guy. And it's like, oh my god.
Oh my god. You did see the Twitter post about Daft Punk, right? That they should have just handed the helmets over to somebody else and let it just continue going into eternity. The Dread Pirate robot.
The Daft Pirate robot.
Yes. Yes. I'm actually legitimately upset about Daft Punk, but we're not going to talk about that right now.
I mean, they could have actually just been like, we're going to retire, and no one would have fucking known. No one would have known.
Well, questions would be asked if it had been, 5 years without anything.
Well, no. They could have just been like, we're going to retire, but like, I know they know musicians whose style they like, or is, something that they could...
Something they were evolving into.
It's like,
yeah.
pass the helmets on to them, and no one would know, and that would be a fucking weird-ass legacy, because then they're like...
But a really awesome one.
It's like, are they actually robots? We thought they were just two guys, but no, they don't seem to age. They've been around for 40 years, and nothing's... Like,
28, but yes.
well, no, that's the thing. Like, if it kept going,
Well, okay.
it would have been like, they've been like 40, 60, 80 years at this point. It's like,
oh, yeah.
It's like, and no one, like, they kept it like a huge secret in the music industry. It's like, these two guys are either robots or immortal.
But not the Highlander.
Not the Highlander, because then they have to kill each other.
Although, that would be a hell of a way for Daft Punk to go. There can be only one, and now it's a solo career.
Well, what I love is all the jokes about the Golden Girls being immortal. And there's a reason why Betty White's the last one.
I'm sorry, though. Like, B. Arthur's my homie. Forever. I love Betty White. I do. She'll always have a special place in my heart. But B. Arthur's where it's at. B. Arthur is a friend to my soul.
There can be only one. Work it harder. Once I take your power, I will be
faster and longer.
Harder,
ladies.
faster, stronger.
That whole song is just innuendo put to a beat.
I mean, yeah.
If you live in my brain.
Better.
A lobster.
Faster, lobster. I mean, that's the
now
time.
I feel like I need to
While you have the chance.
get hands on a lobster costume and do a TikTok video.
Mortal Kombat was a great movie. The new one on Netflix, I've seen some information on it. I'm curious about it.
Hey.
Hey. I'll show you innuendo put to a beat. I mean,
Ladies.
it's kind of what we're doing.
Not to a beat, though. We need... No. I was about to say we need a metronome to time it to, but I've told you how I feel about metronomes, so no. They are incredibly anxiety-inducing for me. I can't stand it. We're watching a episode of American Gods, and there's a metronome, like, going back and forth between music and coding and this and I...
You have courage.
I had to fight to make it through that scene because it was just making me a nervous wreck. No, I mean the really ridiculous one with Christopher Lambert as Raiden.
Oh, that one. I mean, that one was ridiculous, but it also was really good. It was a lot of fun. All right, let's just.
Oh God, it is like being back in high school. Actually, that quote is very accurate. That's exactly what high school is like. Well, that's exactly what life is like for me.
I want to move.
This is brought to you by therapy.
I don't know best, but it was fun. I mean, it was better than the second one. Mortal Kombat Annihilation was just awful, except for the soundtrack. Soundtrack was bumping. Like, I love that soundtrack. I still listen to it today.
So the project that I'm working on, wink, wink. I was showing Chris some of the progress that I had made yesterday when you were on your way to the hot tub.
Yes.
You were like, that is, as the kids say, bumping.
I mean,
And after you left the room, I kind of lost my shit for a minute.
I bet you did. Well, it's because like I always think of Markiplier when he was playing Fall Guys for the first time. Like, this is bumping, and just like they keep zooming in and like making him dance, and I just like okay, love it.
Sheer gold.
But yeah,
I'll try this.
so
For my kid.
Body once told me.
I didn't say some. I said it's
I mean, I heard it's some, and all I heard was some, and then I just could not stop with.
You know, kind of like me with Hit It earlier. It's fine. Na, 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 na. He threatened to open while I was still singing that.
Yeah, I did.
Hot stepper for the win. What?
Would you stop trying to shoot my caster?
I see a path to victory.
Fuckers.
Delightful.
But yeah. So. Anyway,
I will crush you.
your teaser is. Hello,
I shall do what I can.
this is Jesse James. And you're listening to. And that's all you get.
I can keep fighting.
There we go. Stop doing that.
Is that all you got?
Also, I don't know if Mom's still here or not. And I apologize because I'm definitely gonna share this. I sent Mom a picture of all of the things because I've been unpacking and organizing a lot of stuff downstairs in the craft/office area. And I told Mom I would send her pictures of like all of the things I've been doing. And I finished it up with a picture of my new hair color. It said, by the way, bonus, I'm back to my crazy hair colors because I did this like fucking almost 20 years ago. But I never got to do pink, and I'm very glad I have pink. I feel like Pinkie Pie and Pinkie Pie is like a part of my daemon, and I love Pinkie Pie. So I get to have this, and it's really exciting. Admittedly, the picture did come out a little, that I sent Mom came out a little bit more reddish. And she's like, I'll learn to get used to it, because it has been a while since she's seen me with, you know, the bright shit on my head. Let alone in kind of a faux hawk formation. And then she said, at first it reminded me of Woody Woodpecker.
I mean,
Yeah. it made me. I had not thought about Woody Woodpecker in years, and she said that, and I just flashback to Universal Studios circa 1990, and I actually have his signature in my little autograph book, and yeah, it took me back a minute, but yeah. So that's another one of my 6 degrees now. I just happen to look like Woody Woodpecker.
Caffeine an hour before sleep is weirdly good at helping me fall asleep. I mean, caffeine doesn't affect me anymore, except for if I drink coffee. That's why I don't drink coffee.
I know. I looked at the picture later. Sorry, Mom just texted me and said it looked orange-red. And I went back and looked at the picture later, and it was a lot more orange-red. But no, it's pink.
I will fight to my last breath.
But yeah.
Let us try out
All
their
right, I was
Also, hi, Mom. I'm glad you're still here.
expecting this fight to be over
Yeah, you know.
when I killed the freaking boss, but it's also time to end. So
I
it
say
doesn't
that
matter.
about a lot of things in my life. I expected this to be over.
It's like, I killed the boss, this should be done, and it's not, and it's pissing me off.
I expected my chronic illness to be over, and it's not, and it's pissing me off.
We mustn't lose heart.
Sorry. Oh my god, coffee is magic. It is magic in a cup.
One step closer to our hope.
There's a lot of sheep. What? This is not the... I was about to say, the fuck did I miss? I was honestly thinking... If we keep distracting you, you'll have to stream forever. I want to do another extended charity live stream. I haven't done that in forever.
We should do that.
I really want to. So one of these
we need
days...
to get Culex down here for that.
We do. We could get Culex and Will, and we could just do 4-player...
Shifts.
Well, so that was what originally was supposed to happen with my Chrono Trigger, is we were expecting a 12-hour game. And so, like, we were going to take it in shifts. So, I was like, I'll play for the first bit. Like, Culex would play for a little bit. Luth would, MC mostly. Luth passed out, like,
Is this...
9 hours in.
Never mind.
What?
I was going to say, is this the time that you committed a crime in the background?
No, that was...
Started laughing and losing your shit?
No, that was Sarah's charity stream. Anyway, so yes, we should probably end here because it is 9 o'clock.
Weenie. A hot dog and a man suit.
It's a
Also, harder, better.
Mr. Stroke. If I ever make any sort of like sex pill, I'm going to name it Daft Punk, just for harder, better, faster, stronger, and then get sued. Anyway, on that terrifying note, thank you all for tuning into this live stream. That has
Your dread pirate robot sex pill. Harder, better, faster, stronger.
no fuck. Oh my god.
I told you, I'm not clever. I'm just silly.
I'm not clever, I'm just fucking weird. Anyway. Thank you all for tuning in. I do have Final Fantasy Tactics going up throughout the week. If I can remember to actually edit a video for tomorrow and not miss another day, because I have not edited tomorrow's video yet, because I've still been working on fucking carts. But that's all I've got going, and then Jess has a secret project in the works.
It's super secret.
Harder.
Yes. It won't be super secret for much longer. And I will definitely tweet about it with a link. And I expect those of you who follow me to retweet it. I'm just saying.
No, Mr. Bond.
Help a Fady out, okay?
I expect you to die.
No, I don't expect that. Please don't. Don't.
Big gas
Just-
station
it's-
pill energy.
It's just... You win. You absolutely win.
I just fucking can't with that one.
You might have actually caused physical injury. I think one of his lungs is about to fall on the floor. Good job.
Oh, 7. Thank you, but fuck you at the same time. Oh.
You get the just seal of approval.
Oh, and the words of Jacksepticeye. Laugh! On that note, thank you all for tuning in.
Yes,
I'm going to
thank
go
you,
and I'm
guys.
going to recover from this. 'Cause
I'll help get his lung back where it's supposed to be. It's fine. I'll just shove it in there, ladies.
on that note, thank you all. Take care of yourselves. I love your faces. Bye.
Bye, guys.